DJ Elrich got hurt in pregame warmups last week, so your kicker on kickoffs today, Kenton Loffman, as he laces it deep, and he's been the kicker on kickoffs regularly, but in the fourth to win it 35-31, and that was a real gut-wrencher for North Dakota. Up the middle, up the gut, I should say. Sawyer Seidel with a big run here on first down, gets bottled up just past the 30. Two wideouts to the left of the quarterback, Strandell in motion. Handoff up the middle, Seidel bounces it out, and now Seidel still on his feet, ping-pongs off the defender, and he's into the end zone for 6. He had 4 scores last week, and the touchdowns continue for number 9.
For you, he's got that speed. You're going to see him be able to bounce off the tackler, sees that the outside is open, bounces it out.
Third down for Keegan Patterson and the Indiana State offense. Patterson's going to sprint out. He's got some room to run, makes a move, makes a man miss, and across midfield, Patterson.
That's back-to-back well-thrown footballs, too, just understanding where his guys are going to be and getting the ball out.
Boy, he's not going anywhere this time. North Dakota with the sack, Caden Vig. Lopez, sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Snap, spot, kick, up. And had enough leg on it, and it is good. Like you said, has to step up. Hoskins, they ran this play earlier in the game. This time Hoskins turning on the speed. Hoskins stays in bounds for a little bit.
Look for North Dakota to try and get half of that back here.
Kaminsky fires one over the middle. Great catch by Caden Dennis. Fused here. 10 seconds still on the play clock. Dang Dang comes down the bottom part of your screen. He's been a good red zone target. Instead, they go the other way. And it is close. Caught for the touchdown. Romatka with the score. How about that grab?
You've got 6'6", 230 pounds. That's a good guy to throw the football up to. But that's a day one thing for this offense.
Indiana State sending extra guys. That gives a lot of room, though, on the back end. Seidel, it's a foot race. He's down at the 10. Another big gain for Sawyer Seidel. 3rd and 3. Strandell, the man in motion. Seidel running in. I think Jerry had the ball. Kaminsky's in for the touchdown. He was following Seidel, who got tackled, but it was Jerry who had the ball.
Behind him, decides to keep on this one. It's the right decision. Seidel keeps going under, gets that kind of that last.
As the UND first-year assistant, Patterson rips that one towards the sideline, complete for a first down. They're in another tough challenge circumstance today. They're trying to prevent North Dakota from adding to its lead, though. That won't help. Big catch, and how about that? Nate Montanak carrying the defender a couple extra yards inside the 20. Had one, so that one's got 2. Had to fight for that one. Nearly gets another one. He takes a big shot, does Patterson. That ball is complete at the 40. Indiana State hurrying up here in the first half. We'll see if they look his way. Patterson downfield looking for Rochelle. That one is intercepted by North Dakota. Number 22, that's Antonio Blewett with the pick. And it ends a wild one, 36-33, a walk-off winner. How about that? Sawyer Seidel in stride off to the races. Oh, couldn't keep his balance. Pushed out inside the 10. Man in motion is Fleming. Looking back to Seidel, it's been his drive, and he's going to end it in the end zone. Touchdown, hands are up, and Seidel has struck gold again.
That drive, he deserved to get in there after all he did on that drive. There was an emphasis.
Catch and run, 4-yard run, and a 5-yard catch for a touchdown. Now Simon Rumfo, the little swinging gate, and well, that's not going to go anywhere. Here comes the thunder for North Dakota. Pressure in his face. Riddle unloads downfield. Rochelle has it. Rochelle still running down inside the 20. Blew it. Ankle tackle at the 3. Saves a touchdown. Red zone defense for North Dakota, 49th in the FCS. Indiana State, 34th in the FCS in converting. That ball put right on the money. Touchdown, Indiana State. Keyshawn Singleton with a catch over the defender, and Brock Riddle.
Well thrown football too. He comes in motion.
See if North Dakota goes back to the ground game. Instead, they're going to air it out again. Kaminsky complete to Corey Ty. Ty's first catch. Equal opportunity employer, number 11. This time takes a shot, and that one's going to end up in the hands of Indiana State. Kaminsky was hit, ball up in the air, and it is intercepted by Nick Yatsko. Boy, I think that was another false start. UND coaches were screaming for it. Riddle scrambling, lost one up. That's a duck flying in the air, and it's intercepted. Johnny Wilcher has some room to return, gets a block. Here comes Johnny down the sideline, flag thrown in. Wilcher still on his feet, pushed out of bounds inside the 20. Third down, they need to get to the 47. Kaminsky, good protection, fires over, gets the catch. That is Caden Dennis again. But Jerry was like, hey, we got the win. We're fine. Now he's back to throwing, though. And this one's going to be close to a touchdown, and they're going to give it to him. Caden Dennis having a day. The extra point.
Just that post route again by Caden Dennis. Gets inside the defensive backs. Delivers Kaminsky.
Riddle going up top again. That one tipped up and intercepted. On the return, Tyler Erkman. Erkman still running. Down to the 15.
Grow as a player. Huge play last week, forcing a turnover, and then he gets this one here off the tip. That's tip drill. You work that every day in practice for turnover circuit. And Tyler Erkman's right there to pick that ball off and bring it back for a great return. Boy, this defense is just buzzing.
Kaminsky on 1st and goal. Going to go to the air for Fleming. Touchdown! Spreading the wealth. Another touchdown for Jerry Kaminsky. Over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns now.
Again, kind of reads that play. CCS Fleming out there, one-on-one coverage.
UND defense with an opportunity, a couple of reserves in, and that ball's knocked out, and that's going to be a safety. Second big play of the game from Miles Terry as he comes off the edge. This punt is blocked, and Indiana State's going to have a chance to score on it. And they do. B.J. Wiest into the end zone off the block punt. Dig out of this hole.
Just right off the edge, too. The block and then the scoop up and score. And North Dakota spends. Well, that's a tough one because you can't really fault the player. You don't want to say just stand there and do nothing, but it's a rule. It is what it is, you know.
Good run here, ripped off by the UND quarterback. Javance down inside the 10. And North Dakota finishes this one off with a 46-17 win. The first undefeated October for North Dakota since 2016.